Hello, hello, Norm. How you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing just great out here in Palisadro, California.
All right, good stuff. You just got back from SEMA, I understand. I was trying to connect up with you down there, but you were a busy guy. Um,
Absolutely.
I love your
And,
wonderful
and
build.
sorry we weren't able to do that.
Uh, no worries. Next time.
Oh, thank you very much. Ghostbusters was a pretty big hit. We had about 40 different countries stop by. We had a constant flow of media and people coming by to see it. It was an attention grabber, let's just say that.
Wow, that's
It
pretty
was a lot of
cool.
fun.
That is pretty
Um,
slick. That's great. No, I'm glad you had a good time. So tell me, Norm, what is I know you sent over some photos. Can you tell me a little about the who you're there with and what you were doing at SEMA?
okay, I was in the a battle of the builders. It's a competition for people that building cars. That's quite a deal. This is at SEMA. And for those folks that don't know that, it's a Specialty Equipment Manufacturers Association, and it's an industry-based organization. The the industry is about a $44.6 billion industry. So it's quite a big thing to do. And it's best known as from the show is for the show in Las Vegas every year in the end of October, 1st of November. This
Cool.
year, bouncing back from COVID, they had 165,000 attendees. They had 2,500 exhibitors. They had 4.6 million square feet inside the Las Vegas Convention Center, and they had another 2.2 million square feet outside. So that's the size of it.
Wow.
Approximately 7.5 city blocks, which is amazing. And it was represented from 140 different countries. There was 70,000 buyers out of that 160,000, and there was about 3,300 media folks. So those are kind of the stats of what the deal is. Um, the facility or the whole program itself goes beyond the show. It's not just a car show and an exhibit of all the new products that are coming out in the automotive industry, but they also do teaching. They got educational classes going on. They've got marketing. They've got welding classes. They've got all kinds of classes for painting and detailing and all kinds of things. It really supports the industry in itself and promoting folks to get ahead in that. Um, I was in the Battle of the Builders, like I said, there was about 200 of us that got accepted or chosen to become into that. And these cars are, wow. I mean, I got to tell you, wow, there's some really, really amazing cars that are in this. It's split up into four different groups. American Hot Rods, basically, and the Young Guns are those are the guys up and coming. And there was the sports and exotic and luxury import stuff, in which I was chosen to be selected into that because I don't think they could find another class for me. So the first round they go through and they pick the top 40. After that, they go to the top 12, and then the final winners are checked. So that's how it's worth. They go through with the judges, come through and inspect them all the cars and judge them, and then that's how they go through the deal. And
Yeah, yeah. No, we're right now, Norm. We're taking a peek at from MX Flip, Mix Flip, the YouTube channel host who came by and checked out all of your videos, or sorry, checked out your car and posted some great videos of that. So it was pretty neat uh, how he was able to get those up so quick, and I thought it was really great coverage of that. Um, Looks like you may have frozen there, Norm. Hope you hope you can come back here. Um, but yeah, right now we're chatting with Norm Nelson, and he's was at SEMA last week and discussing, what exactly is SEMA. So I do know that SEMA is a really great group to uh, do advocate for the car enthusiast and make sure that we have representation uh, on a national level with the government to make sure that we have a hobby here to continue uh, in this uh, hobby that we do. So unfortunately, I think Norm has been is frozen. So we've lost Norm. Norm, if you have a chance, please go ahead and connect back in. Um, the one nice thing that uh, you know Heather and I had an opportunity to do uh, was to check out Formula One, and it is pretty cool. Looking back to the mini heritage that the uh, Cooper Car Company was involved in Formula One, founded in 1946, and between 1953 and 1968 was winning championships. In fact, they won the F1 championship in 1959 and in 1960. So here we have some really great video here of 1957. Cooper scores the first world championship win, um, and in a race, and then going on to be a leader uh, in Formula One. Cooper Car Company completed in 129 races, winning 16, claiming pole position in 11, and setting the fastest lap in 14. Uh, that model, the T43, shocked the racing world, becoming the first rear-engine car to win a Formula race with Sterling Moss behind the wheel in the season opener in Argentina, triggering the rear engine revolution. So we have Norm Nelson coming back here. I know he had froze out. So hey, Norm,
Oh,
good to have you back here.
am I back? Am I back?
Here, yes, you are. You're back. Thank you
I'm
for joining.
unfrozen.
You're unfrozen. Yes, exactly, exactly. No,
I
we
got
were
some,
just,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, no worries. We were just, we're talking about, that win uh, from, why Formula One is important to miniology. Since we're all things mini, talking about the history of F1 and the Cooper, back,
Yeah.
winning, being such a winner. So get you up to date here. Now, the one thing that I thought would be pretty cool is what if Cooper with BMW came back into Formula One racing? Would that not be cool? I'd be all over
That would
that.
be
So,
cool.
well, check this out. This here is um, Sean Bull's design team. They did just that. They took a modernized version of F1 car and Cooperized it with the classic twin stripes and the two stars adorning the nose. Um, and all these photos we're seeing here are actually using CGI Photoshop studio build. So, I mean, they don't exist other than in the virtual world, Norm. So, but I think that is one sexy car, and I'd love to see BMW and Cooper both come back out of dust it off. I mean, how cool would it be to see the return of our works team um, uh, by leading, with the
You're freezing up
allowance
now.
by BMW to revive that historic name back to F1. And I was even thinking they could promote the next generation of the BMW iDrive engine technology. Who knows, right? So, Norm, are you still there?
I'm still here, but you're breaking up from my end, so it could
All
be
right.
internet
Yeah,
functions that are giving us some.
sure. No, no worries. We have to work around these crazy, internet speeds. At least we have power, though, Norm. Down in California, you still got
That's true.
power,
We
thank
got
goodness.
power. Boy, we got power.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, I think we should gather, our friends, many friends up in Vegas in November 2023 for the return of F1 to Las Vegas. And hopefully, I guess we won't have the Cooper BMW machine out there, but I think that'd be pretty neat. Do you remember, Norm, when Formula One was in Las Vegas? Do you recall any of that?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember the years,
Yeah,
but it was
E-
it
eighty-
was it was
81. It was 81
81.
and
Okay.
81 and 82. And what's crazy about this is that the original track was in Caesars Palace parking lot, and that's now the Forum Shops at Caesars. So I heard it was a horrible location for an F1 race, and I'm sure that was the reason why they only raced for 2 years. Uh, but I heard that none of the drivers liked it, and yeah, give them kudos for putting on a race in a parking lot, which reminds me of mini meet where we autocross in hotel parking lots, right? I think, you
Well,
know,
they're sure putting the money in. They're putting the money and the thought and the planning into that. This is one hell of a party they're going to be throwing.
yeah, yeah, no, most definitely. Yeah, the I think Formula One and Caesars back in 1981 and 82 stole the idea from Mini Meet because Mini Meet has been hosting autocrosses in hotel parking lots dating back to 1972. So I think
Yes.
I think we need to get in on this action now. Me and Heather went down there, and I ran into this gentleman, and this guy had been there for both races back in 81 and 82, and he bought a T-shirt, and he showed up at the pre-party at Caesars with his shirt, and I want to commend him for one that fits. I looked back on my shirts that were 39 years old, and none of them fit. So I commend him for that, and then you know bringing it down and taking a peek at it. I mean, that was pretty cool. So, oh my goodness. Now for 2023, Norm, I think it's going to be pretty cool. You know, if we can get our mini friends together, we should have a big party down there during this. But it's going to be a hefty price tag, and for those wanting to catch the sights and sounds of this anticipated event, they better have some chunks of change floating around. Because right now I was looking, this is non-markup, but a standing ticket at to watch this is starting at $500, and for those, and that's per standing seat, not even a seat. But for those wanting to sit down and have a VIP grandstand, it'll set them back between $2,000 and $2,500 for 3 days. Now they are releasing, and let me go and share this with you. Let's see here. Here we go. This is the track that we have going on, as you can see. There are some openings, like you had mentioned earlier, out in front of Bellagio. There's going to be some spots, but cars will be cruising at about 212 miles an hour over the course for this 50 lap race. The course here is 3.8 miles. And again, it has 14 turns, and drivers are expected to reach again about 212. I'd say the best spot to watch the race is going to be in those premium VIP spots that are going between $2,000 and $2,500 a seat, which right now are sold out. So if you're interested in those, you would need to go to like a StubHub or a SeatGeek and try to secure some secondhand seats. And I was looking just today, and those seats now are going between 5,000 was pretty an average. You get some right around 3,000, but then with the fees for a pair of two, you're looking at 10 grand for that. So pretty pretty expensive opportunity. So, Norm, we want to know, are you in?
Oh, I'm thinking about it. I got to look at my piggy bank. This year's been one of those do it all years, and so we got to see
Yeah,
what we got left at the end of the year.
that's right.
We might all get up on the top of the stratosphere with some binoculars, and they'll be driving right up to almost towards us, so we'd be able to see them from up there.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, sorry that we had lost you with the technical difficulties. Was there, I know last when we were talking, you were mentioning about the Battle of the Builds, and maybe can we go back in and catch up on that? So if you could tell us again about the Battle of the Builds, Norm?
Well, I was just yakking away, so I don't know where I exactly got
Okay.
cut myself off. But anyway, Battle
Well,
of the Builds is a competition in SEMA. It's been going on for years, and it takes the best of the best. You apply this year. They had between 150 and 200 approved exhibitors or competition. I was fortunate enough to get chosen with my Ghostbuster Mini, a 1969 Austin Mini Countryman Estate, which made the cut, and so we were judged. And the final, there was the 40 that they go from 200 to 40. And that's the top 10 in the four different groups. There's American Hot Rods, there's exotics, there's the young guns, which are young builders. They're trying to encourage people getting into the industry and the younger guys to be able to build cars. And boy, those guys, the young guys, are just phenomenal. I have to say, I was a little bit disappointed not to make the final 40 until I walked through and saw the final 40 and said, oh my God, every one of those cars was more than worthy of making the cut. And the ones that went on to win were just phenomenal. So I was happy to be there. I learned a lot, and if you want to, it takes a little bit of hard work to get there. You have to find an exhibitor that's already an exhibitor and get them to sponsor you, and then you have to put in your photos and your description and all that, and you get chosen. You get notification whether you're in or not, and then the ball starts to roll. But it's a long process, but it's doable. It's doable for somebody like me that's not in that business. I'm just a regular enthusiast, and I had my friends Mark and Brendan with me that helped build it, and I had some. I would like to just mention all the other ones. There was so many people that were involved with building the car, and I had my storyboard up, but I won't go into those right now. But anyway, it was an honor to be there. They were a great bunch of people, and it was a lot of fun. We got constant people walking by and saying hello and greeting us and taking pictures and all that. So I encourage it. It's a great organization, and I found out not only all the teaching and all the training they do for people, but the promotion. I know, Eric, you were mentioning, but they have a lobby in Washington where they go around and try to make sure that there's not a lot of laws passed that harm the enthusiast, the motoring enthusiast. And we all got to realize that out of all of these enthusiasts and these builders and this technology and this all this stuff, it comes all of the great improvements to the automotive industry. All this new trick stuff ends up becoming part of the new cars that go on the street tomorrow and 10 years from now, and it's better technology, better materials, new ideas. So it's a constant evolution, which is great. So anyway, I highly recommend, if you've never been to SEMA, you got to do it as a bucket list. If you got to go, just go as a spectator, which it's not open to the public, but on Friday now they're going to have the SEMA Ignited, which is now going to call it SEMA Fest, and they will allow the public to get in. And this year, I've reported 320,000 people attended that Friday night extravaganza, which was quite something. And next year they plan on making it even bigger. So quite a show, quite a deal. I was just honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I went in 2017, and I think I went through about four pairs of shoes. It was pretty amazing, and I still missed half of everything. I thought it was pretty cool. There's like one whole show floor of just tires, and wheels. And then you go to another area, and it's all, off-road, and not just off-road, but like camping. People who are boondocking. It's like you go another area, and I mean, it just completely blows one's mind. So yeah, absolutely, Norm. I would recommend anyone who's into cars, get yourself a contact, get yourself into this, contact SEMA, say, hey, how can I get in? I want to participate and be a part of this excitement. So I mean, they definitely got it dialed in. Again, amazing.
This year we had the this year we had the ability to ride in the Las Vegas Convention Center. It was the Loop,
Ah,
and it's Tesla. Tesla had 90 cars running constantly through tubes, underground tubes that ran us from all over that. Otherwise, it would take you about minimum of a half hour to 40 minutes to walk from one point to another point inside the convention center itself, to go to from one area to another area to see different cars and different products. So this would take you about 5 minutes, but you couldn't see that whole thing in 3 days or 4 days, no matter what. And I tried, but yeah, and get plenty of pairs of tennis shoes because you're going to wear them all out.
yeah, no, absolutely. Very cool. Well, Norm, thank you very much for your time today. I think next time when we connect, we should be talking about the Velocity Invitational. I think it'd be great to connect and hear more about that exciting event, part deuce. So be sure to follow up.
It
And
didn't it didn't let down. It was as good or better than the year before. It was phenomenal, and the Minis and the Mustangs put on one hell of a show.
wow, that's awesome. Well, we want people to participate in Miniology, so feel free to make comments, tune in, and ask us questions. We're here to answer all your things mini, and that is Miniology. So thank you very much, everyone, for your time this evening, and we all look forward to chatting with you next time. I think as we leave here, I would love to share um, my experience from. My what was it? It was the F1 pre-party, which my schedule aligned, and I had a great time going. So as we leave here, I'll just give you, as we close the show, what I was up to, and it was pretty cool seeing these cars. They're pretty impressive, and again, I hope we can coerce BMW and Cooper to come together and build a F1 car and get back into racing. I mean, how cool would that be? It's about time, right, Norm? A Cooper car
Oh
out
yeah,
there?
yeah. They kicked ass before. They can do it again.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, have a great evening, and I'll take you out with the close. Have a good evening. Thank you. Bye bye.